The U.S. women's soccer team made history recently, winning the 2015 World Cup for the first time in 16 years. In the process, they've inspired a new generation of young athletes to both continue playing and maybe pick up the game. Gary Curneen, the head coach of the women's soccer team at Cal State, is with us this morning with more on that win and what it means for the future of the sport. Gary, thanks so much for being with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
So it was an unbelievable World Cup. We saw this in 1999 with Mia Hamm's team. They won the World Cup 16 years ago. Now, this team, led by stars like Carli Lloyd and Abby Wambach, what does this mean for women's soccer?
I think it's different from 1999. That was my first year in the country. I think exposure was the goal during that, during that whole explosion. Exposure for the sport, exposure for women's soccer.
Yeah.
I think this one here will help us lift the league and also then help us. I think from a coaching point of view, the biggest thing for me during the World Cup was the debates that was going on. We've now got social media, we've now got a platform in which to challenge coaching decisions and things like that there. So I think you can only improve it, and I do think there is room for improvement, so I think it's huge. Yeah,
it's the off-season right now. Do you keep in touch with your players during the off-season via social media and talk with them about the games and that sort of thing?
Yeah, we have little, team projects that our assistant coaches did. The girls had to do scouting reports and stuff like that there, just for them to watch soccer is a huge thing, and again, the exposure that this tournament's had because of previous generation allows them to watch every game and get that analysis as well.
You said that you've been in the U.S. now for 16 years, 1999, quite a year for women's soccer. Of course, Mia Hamm led that team. If you had to build a team right now and you had two players to choose from, Abby Wambach or Mia Hamm, who would you go with?
Mia Hamm.
Yeah, that's what most experts have said. Wambach's probably the best raw goal scorer.
I'm a massive Abby Wambach fan, but Mia Hamm has got legs to get in behind, and Abby Wambach's, she's more of an aerial target.
Yeah.
Both great players, but Mia Hamm was a bit special.
Yeah,
as well.
Married to Nomar Garcia-Parra, I might add. All right, so a new generation of young girls and boys, by the way, has got a team that just inspired the heck out of the entire country. They broke ratings across the board. This game had more viewers, the final, than the most recent Super Bowl between the Patriots and Seattle Seahawks. Those numbers just coming down recently. So what does it mean? It's going to help your recruiting in years to come because you're going to have a bigger pool to play from, I imagine. But what does it mean for young kids who are in high school and even elementary school and just starting out? They're going to take up soccer now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the infrastructure in the country can still be improved, and for me, and from a coaching point of view, that's the goal. Exposure. I don't think you can measure success by TV ratings or by endorsement deals. I think now, if you're looking at improving a product, you're developing it by a foundation and from conversations and from a level of coaching. We are now.
So you're saying it's like a flash in the pan in the States here. We like it while it's happening and then we forget about it, like the Men's World Cup last year?
Yeah, but then they've built on from that. Klinsmann's built on from that, and I think this year, if there's more, I think our #1 thing is to support the league, and then can we get a trickle-down effect on college and a trickle-down effect on the club scene. But I think the participation numbers are phenomenal, and every girl seems to be playing soccer these days, and boys. So.
Yeah. Quickly, you talked about infrastructure. How is it in Europe compared to the United States? Are we just way behind what they're doing over there?
Actually, way in front on the women's side. Yeah, facilities and money is huge over here. So there's nothing that a U.S. coach can want for in terms of that there. I would say just a culture. Kids get up in the morning and they put on the TV to see soccer news, and they don't just do that now, but it's getting a lot better. Yeah. But in terms of a foundation and a structure, I think this is where it's at for
Women's soccer becoming certainly an international sensation. Quickly, about 10 seconds, do you think that we see Abby Wambach and people like Carli Lloyd retire before the 2016 Olympic Games?
No. I think
they're going to stay?
I think they give it one more go, yeah.
All right, you heard it here first. Before I let you go, I wanted to read you this. Fortune magazine came out with a report in 1999 saying that soccer was the third most played sport in high school for women at 19%. Those numbers have now increased dramatically. Soccer now the #1 sport in high school at 22%, and with this win, it might go up even more, Gary. So we appreciate that. It could help your cause at Cal State.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully.
We wish you a lot of success this season. That is Gary Curneen joining us from Cal State this morning.